Dear student, I welcome to this course on MOOCs, one of the great effort by Government of India, MHRD and UGC. The paper name under which I am going to introduce a new model. Paper name is Information and Communication Technology under Law. Myself, Dr. S. Veeramani, Assistant Professor in the area of International Business and Corporate Laws at Center for Management Studies, Jamia Millia Islamia Central University, New Delhi. I have been teaching law-related papers, business legislation, international business laws to courses such as MBA, MIB, MPhil, PhDs, LLB, LLM, and all over India from various, and now at Jamia Millia Islamia. So I welcome to the model titled Adjudication and Online Dispute Resolution. So let us understand the very basic objective of this model, adjudication and dispute resolution, which will be like the main objective of this model. Primary effort is to learning the concepts of adjudication, mediation, jurisdiction types and negotiations under the online dispute resolution. Furthermore, to understand the standards which ODR should possess and why so. So now primarily there is a question arises, what is ODR, online dispute resolutions? Is it a kind of ADR or ADR by using the technology or without technology, whether human beings involved here or a systems or a machine or merely the gadgets involved to settle the dispute? These are all the few questions. Maybe a confusion arises from all of you or all of us to understand what is exactly the adjudication process and the online dispute resolution mechanisms. So to briefly introduce this model, internet have become today bread and butter for many producers all over the world, not only in our country, as it makes it possible for business to expand their market and render service to large group of active or prospective customers. Due to increasing internet traffic resulting a global phenomenon, the number of disputes arising from the internet commerce is on the rise, as you are aware about, since we are touched by ICT, information communication technology, in everyday life. With an online enterprise, our customers could be located anywhere in the world at any time. Sometimes we call normal sense 24/7, which is more applied actually in the ICT enabled services. Verifying the consumer's location is virtually impossible, as you know that. Who is operating the mail or who is doing what? It is only the internet protocol address we can come to know, but the virtual positions of a person cannot be in the beginning. How does the enterprises cope with such broad exposures? That's the basic questions arises actually, which we are going to discuss today. Online dispute resolution, to understand what is what. Is it a branch of dispute resolution or not? Yes, of course, it's a branch of dispute resolution, we can say so, but using a technology to facilitate the resolution of dispute between the parties. It is primarily involves negotiation, mediation or arbitration, form of adjudication or a combination of all three. And you may ask the question like, what are the differences between the conciliation, mediation, arbitration, litigation, adjudication? These are all the few confusing, especially while interpreting the laws to settle the matters or the circumstances arises to settle the dispute. In this respect, it is often seen as being the online equivalent of alternatives. We can say so that it is an online equivalent of ADR. ODR is nothing but an online equivalent of ADR. ADR, as you are aware, alternate dispute resolution mechanisms. So basically, we can locate three types of dispute which are solved through adjudication. Dispute between the private parties such as in individuals or corporations. Dispute between private parties and public officials. dispute between public officials and public bodies. This is the three way to understand the basics. Online dispute resolution can be done entirely on the internet or online through email, video conferencing, or both. The parties can also meet in person or offline sometimes. Combination of online and offline methods are used in ODR. So you can ask now, why do say so that there is a combination of ADR and ODR? It is as simple as like even sometime ADR, the award given by the arbitrator must be endorsed by the court of law in the jurisdiction. That kind of way to understand, if ODR done online or in virtual world, still it has to be endorsed by the mechanism such as ADR, where really the meeting of minds are arising. The physical meeting of a parties in the dispute can have a consensus unanimously to solve the matters, so and so. And how these kind of services are rendered to the customers is the basic questions again to understand. I welcome to this model so that we can further expand our discussion in this. Advantages of ODR over traditional dispute resolution mechanisms. Yeah, there is obviously questions like, are we not satisfied with ADR? Why do we go for ODR? That is why the advantages of ODR, which we talk now, may make us to understand how it is beneficial or how it's distinguished or much different than ADR mechanisms. First is a cost, second is a efficiency, third is a participation and control, and fourth is a flexibility, and then another one is a point to mention here is geographic flexibility. Let's see like how cost matters here. Online dispute resolution is often less expensive than the traditional legal process. Efficiency, online dispute resolutions can often resolve the dispute quickly. And then come to the third point, participation and control. Parties using online dispute resolution must work with each other to resolve the dispute and often have more control of the outcome of the dispute. And it is a flexibility. How? Parties using online dispute resolution can have more flexibility than the traditional legal process. Geographical flexibility. Online dispute resolution can allow parties in different locations or countries to avoid the outcomes and inconvenience of travel. And at the same time, there are disadvantages when come to confidentiality and information safety. Yes, of course, any online activities gives rise to concerns about privacy and data security. Moreover, not all ODR tools are created equal when it comes to security and privacy. Parties must counsel on and understand the potential risk of their ODR activities. As a professional ethics of the person who is governing the ODR is supposed to tell its customers, their customers. And second important point is lack of availability of certain types of disputes. ODR is used in a wide variety of areas, from custody disputes to microtransactions, but our legal structure is not conducive to simplification or to the accessibility of online tools for legal purposes. Currently, the system may be able to resolve microtransaction disputes online, but challenging a moving violation still requires participating in the traditional court system. These are all the few disadvantages when come to the ODR mechanisms.